I didn't have posters though. And the vice president that sent me the big email, he's the big guy pushing the posters. Thanks to y'all. You're welcome. Thank you, class. I appreciate it. You're welcome. Thank you. Okay. This is the formula for permutations. That's where we left off. And the formula for permutations, you can write it down, and I'll circle it for you because it looks like there's a whole bunch of stuff there, but it's only this part right here. Okay? This is the part you have to write down. Now, I want you to write it down just in case you have to do it by hand one day. But I'm going to show you how to do it in the calculator. But you need to write it down. Now, before we get started on this, you have to know what factorial means. And I thought they would have the... Let me just do a backspace right quick. They didn't even... See?
They were in whatever we did.
Yeah, they don't even show you how to do factorial. See? There's no factorial whatsoever. Okay, there it is. It's on the bottom.
I knew it was there somewhere.
Okay, all right. I'll just write it on top of the... Okay. Factorial. What is factorial? It's an exclamation mark. Factorial means multiply in the sequence that it originates. Okay? Factorial means multiply in sequence to 1. Okay? Why didn't I go to 0? Why don't the rule go to 0?
Well, because anything times 0 is just itself.
And
or
that
0.
would cancel everything out. So 100 factorial would be 0, and 50 factorial would be 0. So you can't go to 0, you go to 1. So what is 2 factorial?
It'd be
2 times what? 2. What's 3 factorial? Well, you can do it 2 ways. You can say 3 times 2, or you can say 3 times 2 times 1. Because this is right here, so you can say 3 times 2, which is 6. 4 factorial. I want you to see the pattern. 4, and you can do times 3 times 2 times 1, or you can do 4 times 6, which is what? 24. You see the pattern? You can either do 3 times 2 and 4 times 6. The next one would be what? 5 times 24. Or you can just do it in sequence. 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. 5 factorial. 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. Or 5 times 24, which is what? 120. So y'all see the pattern? Now you can do it in your calculator also. And I'm going to show you that in just a minute. Well, let's go ahead and show it to you now. All right, so let me go to my handy-dandy calculator. I'm going to come back to it. Let me go to my calculator. So I'm going to show you where to find all of this stuff because it's under one section. I don't like TI-89. Nope, don't want to use TI-89. All right, where is it? It's under math. And go over to probability. And it's the number 2, number 3, and number 4. That's what we're going to be using. Number 2, number 3, number 4. Now, what's your numbers? Is yours number 2, 3, and 4 also?
I believe so.
Okay, what are y'all's numbers? Anybody got any numbers that are different than 2, 3, and 4?
No.
Okay, now write this down. Number 2 is the permutation, which means what? It starts with an O. Order. Number 3 is a combination. Combination is no order. Doesn't matter. And number 4 is factorial. So number 2 is permutation. Number 3 is combination. And number 4 is factorial. So those are the 3 or 4 keys you're going to be using with this section. And it's all going to be done on the calculator, okay, because there's no use in you having to learn. Now, the plug and chug, you might want to try it with a simple problem, okay? And you can try it after we go over an example. You can plug and chug in here and do it in your calculator. But there's no need to, but you need to know the formula. Okay? Now, they're going to give you an example probably on the next page, and we'll go over it. Okay? On a team of 10 swimmers, how many possible 4-person relay teams are there? Okay? So 10 swimmers, they're going to just do 10 factorial probably, I don't know. Yeah, it's 10-4. Okay? What is always the biggest number? What letter is always the biggest number? I've taught y'all this since the first week of class. N, Hubert. That's right, class. N is always your biggest number. So which one is N? 10. 10 is your biggest number. So that means R is equal to what? 4, because there's only 2 numbers you can use. Okay? Okay, see, that's what makes me mad. They give you permutations, they give you the permutation formula, and then they give you an exponential, a factorial. Okay, write this down as a factorial problem. Okay, 10 swimmers, so that's 4 places, so that would be 10 times 9 times 8 times 7. This is not a permutation, this is just a factorial problem. Now, what's another problem that might be blocks or a word? How many different arrangements of the word smile are there? Okay, take the word smile, S-M-I-L-E. How many letters is that?
5.
So it'd be 5 factorial. 5 would be 120 different combinations of the word smile. Okay, what about blocks? If you had 4 blocks, how many times could you arrange them in a different blah, blah, blah? Well, that would be 4 factorial. Here, they say on a team of 10 swimmers, how many possible 4-person relays? 4 is how many spaces. So it'd be 10 times 9 times 8 times 7. I don't like that problem, so chances are you won't see that problem. I will give you the letter problem, like the word smile. I will give you that problem, and that's 5 factorial because there's 5 letters. So it'd be 5 times 2, 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. Okay, here's order. So this is a permutation. If an international track event has 8 athletes participating and 3 medals, gold, silver, bronze, awarded, how many different orderings? This is a permutation. So write this problem down, and this is an example of permutations. There's also a horse problem. Horses at a track, coming in first, second, and third. This is the same type problem. So which one's in? 8 or 3?
8.
So this is going to be 8 permutation 4 or 3. 8 permutation 3. So you're going to write it 8 permutation 3. 8p3. And that's what they're going to write it as. Now, if you typed it in the calculator in the formula, go ahead and write that down. It'd be 8 factorial over 5 factorial. 8 factorial over 5 factorial. Now, there's a little trick of mathematics here that I'm going to show you, and it's important that you write it down. What is 5 factorial? I'm going to take my handy dandy. Do I have white? Yeah. I'm going to take my white highlighter. White.
It moved this line.
Some damn Nigerians. That's what it is. It's gone to Nigeria now. It's not Russians anymore. It's Nigerians. Y'all know why, don't you? Homeboy decided to make himself harassed by racists, so he hired 2 Nigerians to be the racist guys. Y'all hadn't heard about that in the news?
No.
Yes.
I thought somebody else. I don't know what it's called.
Okay, now I think I got white. Yeah. What the heck is it doing? All I want to do is hit the dadgum.
It's another question.
There. Now, let's see if I can do it now. I want to take this out. Highlight. I'm hitting the highlighter right there, see?
Yeah, I keep moving it.
Okay, I can't use the highlighter, I guess. I don't know. Let me try it with the mouse.
Is it the like?
It's pointing out another question.
It might be. Just give me a second. There's a reason I'm trying to do this, people, okay? Just give me a second. Okay, now I've done lost it. For some reason, it goes crazy when I try to use the mouse. Okay, just forget it. I'm just gonna cancel it out. Let me see if I can write. Okay, just forget this 5. I'm gonna write. Oh, now it's writing in white. Okay, now it's writing in white. Okay, I'm gonna take that out right there. Y'all are impressed, aren't you? And I'm going to write in black. I'm going to write 5 factorial, 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. Everybody understand what I did? I replaced that 5 factorial with 5 times 3 times 2 times 1, right? Now, how do I write 5 factorial right here? See, they've got 8 times 7 times 6 times 5 factorial. What is 5 factorial? Times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. Everybody understand that?
Okay.
So what happens to the 5 times 4 times 3 times 1? They cancel, Hubert. That's right, class. And you're left with what?
Oh.
8 times 7 times 6. The formula cancels out half of your factorial. Okay, now I think that's important for you to see because a lot of people don't understand how they get 336. That's how. Because the 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. Because technically 8 factorial is this whole thing. That's 8 factorial, right? 8 times 7 times 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. And then 5 factorial is 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. Now you can also do this. When they had the 5 factorial down here, could you cancel the 5 factorial in this? Yes, you could do that also. So either way you do it, you're going to be left with 8 times 7 times 6. And 8 times 7 times 6 in your calculator is whatever. Now how do you do it in the calculator? Well, let's pull out your calculators. And write this down in your notes so you'll have it so you won't, won't be acting like you're a lost puppy. You type in 8, math, probability, and NPR, and 3. That's how you do it.
Please come
8.
again.
Math, probability, NPR, and 3. And hit enter. I'll do it again.
Please.
8,
8.
math, probability, NPR, 3, and enter. That's how you do it. Now remember, permutation is when you have order. What represents the order in this question? Gold, silver, and bronze.
What did I do?
Okay?
I'm getting
Hit
it.
enter.
Huh?
Gotta hit enter.
Oh,
Hit enter and before you hit 3.
8. Math. Probability.
You have to scroll down to the.
Yes. Oh, I have to scroll down. 8. Math.
Tell me when you get it.
Okay. Probability. Scroll to. Yeah. Probability.
Now hit enter.
Enter.
Now hit 3.
3. Okay.
Now hit enter again.
Got it?
Again.
Enter.
Okay.
It'll give you the answer.
Yeah. Okay.
Got it? Okay? Make sure you practice that now. Don't forget it. Make sure you practice it. All right. A Little League manager has 15 children on her team. How many ways can she form a 9-playing batter order? Is there any type of order here? No. There's no type of order. Even though the order is in the question, this is going to be probably, no, it's a permutation. How do they get it? Okay. Okay, my bad. It is a permutation. Yeah, I guess the order does not have to be present. She can have the order in her head, but since she is putting them in order, it would be 15 permutation 9. So let's take our handy-dandy calculator. And I'm going to show you a trick I learned in the war. You ready? Hit second, enter. Look at there. And now you just backspace and type in 15, hit second, insert, and then hit 1, 5, and delete. Just like a computer. And then 15 comma what? 9. Or 15 NPR 9. And that's that number. I'll do it again. You ready? I'm going to go back to 8 permutation 3. How do you do that, Hubert? You do it twice. Watch. Second, enter. Second, enter. And I go over here, and to change it, I hit second, insert, which is delete. And I type in 1, 5, and hit delete to delete the old 8. And then I go over here, arrow over, and hit 9. Or you could just do it 15 NPR 9, however you want to do it. So there's over a million, or trillion, let's see, billion, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
There's over a billion different orders that she could do there. All right? I don't think she's going to actually go through and write down all those different billions. But anyway. Next question, or next should be combination eventually. Usually you do combination first, but this book does it pass accuracy. There we go, combination. Occur what?
Whenever.
Whenever. So so put an order and then put an X in it. No order. None. Zilch. No order. This is going to be your lottery tickets, your committees. I didn't say board. I said a committee. Okay? Board has officers. A committee does not. Even though some people mess that up and they make a committee and they do a chairman of a committee. Chairman is usually of a board. But anyway, we're not going to get into Robert's rules. Same thing with Same thing with a combination. You use the calculator, but write down the formula. If we ever get there, there it is.
Okay, this one is going to be.
N factorial over n minus r factorial times r factorial. It has one extra r factorial in there, I think. Whew. I have to make sure what time it is. We only got like 15 minutes to have class. Okay, so what do you do on this one? Well, it's the same exact thing, only you use NCR. And N is always your biggest number, and R is going to be your smaller number. There we go. Look at there, a committee. If a committee of 3 people are needed out of 8 possible candidates, and there is no distinction between committee members, how many committees would there be? So go ahead and punch that in your calculator. Instead of P, instead of permutation, you're going to use C, combination, because there's no order, because it's a committee. I think I accidentally. Hello? Hey. Oh, I'm sorry. This phone is screwed up. Sorry. Talk to you later. God, I hate this phone.
What is it, Samsung?
Yeah, but for some reason it calls people, and I had it laying down on it, and somehow it called somebody. It's a conspiracy.
Hell yeah.
iPhones, you pay for it though.
Yeah, you do.
You pay for everything you dadgum get with an iPhone. I think it's a scam.
Do you think my campus has calculators? Because I'm too poor to buy one of these damn things.
You can get them off. What kind of phone you got?
iPhone.
Okay, you have to pay for it. You can actually get a TI-83 online. With Samsung, you can get it for free.
Yeah.
But with iPhone, you got to pay for it to give that man his millions of dollars. You can go online and go to Wabbit, EMU, W-A-B-B-I-T, just like this. Look here. You see the little Wabbit down there?
Yeah.
There's the website right there. There it is at the top. Wabbit, EMU. I don't know. You may be able to go on there and buy one for the iPhone, but if you got a Samsung or a Android, you can download this calculator on your phone for free. Look up online calculator go to your app, okay, and look up online scientific calculator, and you should be able to pull it up. Most of your scientific calculators have those functions in them. You just got to look for them. Usually they're above the keys. The NPR and the NCR is usually above the keys.
Mm-hmm.
So you can look for them. What were you saying?
They have a TI-84 on that app store for like $4.99.
Okay. Did you hear that, Hoss?
Yeah, it's $4.99. That's not bad.
Okay. That's better than like 105 or whatever they run.
Yeah, I don't want to spend that much. It's too much.
Yeah, just use your calculator. I mean, use your phone. You don't need, unless you're going to be an engineer or something. You don't need it.
feel like I have to get one eventually, but I don't really want to.
Well, what's your major?
I don't have a major, to be honest with you, and that's an issue.
Okay. Well, if you take my 120 class, which is, like I say, the first 2 units, or these 2 units that I'm teaching, if you take my 120, you can use your phone in there too. So it's not a big deal.
My parents let me borrow one. I don't know if this will work though. Just this
Who?
one. My parents, they let me borrow this one.
Yeah, that's a TI. You can use that one.
I don't know how to use the damn thing. I've tried.
I just showed you how to use it.
It should be the same as this one, but it's not.
Are you just telling?
It's
See what I have to
the
deal with
84.
here? I just went over how to show you, and where's your calculator?
It's right here. I'm
No,
telling you,
where
it's
was it?
different. It's a. I
No,
don't know.
where was your calculator when I was showing you
it's in
how
my
to do
book
it?
bag.
Yeah,
It's
it's a
in my
good
book
place
bag.
for it, Mr. B.
I don't know how to use the damn thing.
I don't understand.
It's different from this
how to
one.
use a calculator. I don't know how to pass math. Got a daggum calculator in the book bag, and the teacher's going over it.
It should be the same as the 84.
It is. It's the exact same, but you have to get it out of your book bag and turn it on. People wonder why I get irritated. Oh, kids on drugs. All right. So, what are you going to type in? Type in 8. Go to math, probability, NCR, and 3. It's a miracle. Miss Anya Sador, did you get 56?
Yes.
Golly, it's amazing, Mr. B. She took her calculator out and started using it.
I haven't even looked at it, honestly. Like, they gave it to me, and they're like, you can use this. And I was like...
And you don't understand how to use it.
Well, I haven't even opened the thing, if that tells you anything. Like, it was in its case thing, and I never looked at it. I
Spent
was
the whole
like,
class
thanks.
going over it.
I thought it was I thought they only had these where they were black, and this one's not black, it was white. So I never looked at it. I'm a dumbass. I should have looked at
No,
it.
you're not a dumbass.
I'm a
Dumbass
dumbass.
is when you
'Cause
hire
if I
somebody.
opened it, I'd have realized that it's...
That's when you hire somebody to harass you. That's a dumbass, okay? You're not a dumbass. You might be a loser, but you're not a dumbass.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to the next one. Not going to let you off that easy. Now, I'll put several questions like this on the test. You'll have at least 2 or 3 of the permutation and 2 or 3 of the combination. Because why? Because they're very easy. You use your calculator, and they take like 2 seconds. Will somebody mess it up? Yes.
Probably gonna be me.
All right, type in 12, combination 3.
Oh,
And write that question down. 12, combination of 3. And next, we're going to do the lottery.
CP.
Because also, permutation and combination questions are always on a standardized test.
Oh, okay.
Especially some of you nursing students.
So glad I got
12.
What did Lauren decide her major to be?
She's history teacher. She's going to teach history. She wants to teach the child.
That's cool. I thought about being like a high school history teacher one time.
I talked her out of it. You can't teach high school unless you got the patience of Job. And I'm not talking about the students. I'm talking about the administration and the parents. There's no way I could teach in high school. I'd cold clock somebody. I can barely take these posters. My sister was a teacher for 107 years at Centerville, and she said, Hubert, do not teach K through 12. That was her advice to me when I graduated. I said I have no plan, so I'm teaching K through 12.
My grandma taught 4-year-olds, and she was like at West Market, and she said that she was ready to retire when she had a 4-year-old call her every name under the sun.
Yeah, well, that wasn't. And see, that's another reason I couldn't handle that either. But I couldn't handle the parents and the administrators. That's why. Like I say, I've been here at Tri-County for 23 something years, and it's just now the administration being stupid is just now reaching Tri-County, and it's starting to affect Tri-County bad. That's why I hang with technology. Everybody says, why do you do so many technological classes? Well, I do it for two reasons. One is it helps the students. It's a convenience for the students. The second reason, let me tell you a secret. When you get out in the real world, if you want people to not mess with you, work third shift and hang with technology, and nobody will mess with you.
My stepdad does.
Yep.
He's third shift at Arthurix right now.
That's the way you do it. All right, so let's take our handy dandy calculator, and I'm going to type in, look here we go again, second entry, second delete, that's insert, oops, I got to hit it right here, second insert, and I'm going to type in 12 and delete, and then I'm going to type in 3 and enter. 220. All right. Now, those are 4 questions that you need to keep in your book, and you need a notebook, and you need to highlight them because you're going to see about 6 of them on the test. Okay, we're not going to touch those right now. I'm not going to go into those right now. Okay, we're going to get out of this and go to the whiteboard. And I know I only got like 5 minutes, but I'm going to go ahead and I tell you what. Let's wait. Mark the lottery. We'll go over the lottery. What day? Friday. Okay, let's go over the lottery Friday, and let's go ahead and call it a day today, because I don't want to get in the middle of the lottery. And because it's about another 15 or 20 minutes, I don't want to do that and then have to quit. So let's just stop for today, and y'all hit the road and work on. Y'all can get up now to 7E. You can work on the first part of 7E, or you can wait until we finish Friday. Okay.